Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Kaz and I'm a channeler and a healer. In today's video we're going to talk about what I've labelled elastic band energy. So I experienced this probably about 6 months ago when I was doing a healing on someone, and it's come up several times since, and I've used it on myself too. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint with this. So it's something that you can use in your own life. So what it basically is calling your energy back to you. And it can be sometimes quite hard to get your energy back to you. Every thought of someone, we're putting our energy to them. We've got cords to them. Every time we think of someone or have an interaction with someone, we develop a cord to them, or an energetic cord. And in the past, I used to cut all of these cords, and I used to do it regularly. As a healer and someone who's quite sensitive, I do make connections with people very quickly. If I interact with a lot of people, sometimes en masse, my energy gets drained, and that's because my energy is going out to a lot of different people. And my old practice was to cut the cords. Now some of these, especially if it's someone in your family, might be really big cords that you might actually have to get an axe to chop through, or a chainsaw. So when you're visualizing cord cutting, you can use scissors, you can use a machete, it doesn't matter what you use. And that's the way that I used to do it. Now, what was brought to me when I was doing a healing was I heard stand back. So I stood back from the person I was healing because we were calling all of their energy back to them. And it was like everything just snapped back in, like it's a rubber band that you've pulled really, really tight and then let go of. And it just snaps back in, but it's happening all over. So instead of going to each individual cord and recognizing who they're connected to and then cutting them, this is instantaneous. And if you're doing it for yourself, I'm advised that you should be standing, preferably out in nature, but if not, on the ground floor of a building, so that your feet are planted on the earth, because that helps ground you while the energy is coming back. And you can ask for it to come back cleansed and refreshed for your use. So it's like the energy comes back. So today, for instance, I use the example where I have been challenged with a situation, and so I've asked all of my energy to come back to me, cleansed and refreshed, and I stood there and it was like zip, 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 zip. So my connection to whoever I was connecting to, or whatever situation it was, has been severed until I create a new thought process connecting to whatever it was. So we're constantly sending out our thoughts, okay, and sending out our stuff. And if you're feeling drained, it's a really good practice to ask for your energy to come back to you from whatever sources it's sitting in. Sometimes we are giving our energy to humanitarian things as well, and I have talked earlier about the energy banks, so you might like to use that for that. But on a higher level, on a more soul level, where we're going up through our upper chakras, we are lending some of that energy out as well, that's supporting things. We are light workers, we're bringing light to the planet as well. So there's some that won't come back to you, but if you find yourself in a situation where you're feeling drained and you have been giving a lot to other people, this is a great way to bring it all back in. Now, if you are a healer and you're looking to do this for others, the times that I've done it on other people, I've been asked to stand back. So I suggest that you stand back because you don't want to be collecting some of this energy as it's going back to the person that is your client. And it happens instantaneously. It's just such a fast thing. And you can really feel it snapping back in, snapping back in, snapping back in, all over. And I feel like it's a really good thing that maybe you want to pop into your grounding practices every day. It won't be as dramatic as it is the first time, because if you're doing something like this regularly as part of your spiritual hygiene, then it is not going to be such a big thing to do. I recommend you give it a go. You might not feel anything, you might feel lots of things, but that's certainly how the energy is presenting to me at the moment. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you in the next one.